Hello folks, I'm at National Park not far from my house, and I'm going to go over a little ring that I made. It's a pot stand for my MSR Windburner stove. I think they have one out now. It's actually made by MSR, but this is the one that I made probably, I don't know, I think I've had this for near a year, so I made it shortly after buying it. And it's made from the Jetboil pot stand, and I'll show you how it works. I did a little bit of cutting on it to prevent any type of overheating, so go ahead and show you what that's like here in just a minute. I got a little fire going here to warm my hands in between some things here, and it's probably about 26 degrees out. We're supposed to have some wintry stuff tonight, real cloudy, so it'll be a pretty decent video here because there won't be any shadows or anything like that. So right now I'm just holding the camera. It's on a headband. I'm gonna stick it on my head so I can actually videotape here, record what I'm doing here. So hang on, I'll be back in just 1 minute. Okay, so this is what I made. It's a Jetboil stand. It's a little bent up a little bit because it's been in my pack for a few days here, moving some stuff around. And this actually works very well on my Winburner stove. What I did was well, actually, let me get back to this. The concern is you have too much heat being reflected back and the unit will turn off, the burner will shut off, and then you have to use your little thing there somewhere's inside here. I don't remember. I think it's in there, and turn it in here. I think you turn it and pop it down, it'll reset it once in the field. So to light these things, you should have some kind of extra lighter, sparker, something like that. They tend to work best. This is a Sodo. It's as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a nice flame. And this just uses simple Bic style lighters, and it'll actually burn, I think, at about 1,000 degrees or something craziness like that. So this unit fits right on top of the stove just by simply matching up these notches with the ring around the burner. So all you do is just open these up. They're normally collapsed like this. So I mean, it will fit on like that, but I don't think it does as good a job. It gives you a little bit better heat if you swing this around the outside, and all you do is just clip it in like that, and it's in. It's really pretty simple. Now, I did cut this open a little bit to allow more of the heat to come up through the center, also for heating, but also for the reduce the chances of the burner itself turning off. So to light this, all you do is simply turn it, and you can see the burner wire here turn red, and she's cooking real nice. Actually, it makes a pretty nice hand warmer too. So it's a very simple device, and I'll show you how it works. I'm going to make a quick can of chili real fast. So I'm going to turn this off. Now this has been in my pack, which has been in my truck for 2 days. So this is, without a doubt, about 20-some degrees. So I don't know how much, how good a performance I'm going to get out of it. That's generally below the accepted level for a canister stove. This is Snow Peak, and it's supposed to be one of the best in the colder weather. I think it has a slightly better proportion for isobutane to propane. But let me go ahead and drop this inside. I'm just using a generic little cook set. I can find my cooking bag. That's a first aid bag. This must be it here. So, oop, I sort of melted my bag the other day on one of my last trip, and I'm not exactly sure how I did it, but anyway, it's a little banged up. The Jetboil utensils I have, which is actually kind of nice. Usually I take a little bit of oil and put it in there. It makes cleanup much easier, but I'm going to leave right after doing this. So I brought a plastic bag here that I'm just going to toss the pan into, and I'll just clean it when I get back to my house. This is just simple Hormel turkey chili, and it's okay. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and fire this up. Now just turn it on full, set this thing up on top, and this is going to heat this up pretty quick. So it's a big burner, so you can move it around. You don't have any chance of, I mean, it reduces your chances of burning something. So flame control can be done, of course, with the stove itself, with the valve, but I tend to just sort of lift off and on the pot and move stuff around a lot, and it seems to work very good. And as you can see, that's a pretty stable thing. I mean, it's used for the Jetboil stoves and works just fine. So this actually allows a lot of heat to come through. There's plenty of ventilation. There's air intake all the way around the outside of it. The pot stands are very sturdy. So I've used this with this cook set. This is just a simple generic cook set. You get on the, as you can see, I've used it quite a bit on fires and stoves and such. But it's a very simple cook set, non-stick, aluminum, anodized aluminum, and it's like $8. And it's been very handy. My fire's starting to die over there. I put a couple of logs on it that were a little damp, hoping I would reduce the burn on it. So now this Winburner turned into a very nice stove. It's a personal cooking system. It's called the PCS, like the Jetboil type stuff. It has a really nice set of stuff here. It has the cup that's built into the bottom of it. An extra thing is the coffee press, which is, here's the one part, and here's the handle for it. That sits inside the nestled cup. Little rag here, and of course you get the pot. It's got the heat ring technology on it. So let me give this a quick stir here. You can see that thing's just cooking. So this does this very, very fast. Like I said, it's about 26 degrees. It's mid-December. So this boils water very, very fast. It's a very nice, very well made. I also like this because you can actually take the I guess you could just consider this a the heat bag thing that goes around the heat shield thing that goes around the canister. All you do is flip this little button here, and you can actually take it off. See? And it just slides right off. It comes right off and on this little latch here. So you can take it off, clean it. The cozy, I guess, is what some people would call it. And whoops, she's cooking here. So let me stir this up a little bit, and I'm going to reduce this flame just a bit here. There we go. So the cozy comes off and makes a nice little package here. This is the 1 liter. They make a 1.5 or 2 liter, a slightly larger one. It's actually nice, and it just snaps right back in. And it's a very I mean, you can easily, when it's full, easily pour. And it comes with a nice lid. So you got a strainer on one side, and you got a drinking on the other. You have the hole in the center, which is for the plunger for the coffee press. So this makes a nice little system here, and it's been a favorite of mine for near a year. And I do have other stuff that I use in really cold weather, but as you can see, this seems to be working pretty good. A lot of these new picnic tables are plastic. I guess they're polyurethane, so if you set something hot down on top of it, you're going to melt it, and your pot's going to stick to it. So you got to do something else here. So I tend to just take the pots that I'm not using, and I'll just flip this upside down, and it makes a nice little stand here. So these things are about 10 bucks, the rings themselves. And like I said, I just cut a little bit of it out of the center to make the ring a little bit wider. Now I generally don't do camping in the summer, so it's just too hot, too buggy. So all my camping runs from September to May. So keeping that in mind, I've never used this in really hot weather, so your mileage may vary. You're getting there. Let me give my fire a quick stir here. So try to get a little something else going on here. Oh, feels good. Ooh, lordy. Yep. Oh my goodness. So it's definitely getting colder out now that later in the day. Don't want to burn all this. It's getting hot, but it's not quite there yet. I intentionally left this outside in my truck for a couple of days so it'd be cold. One of my favorite mugs, it's REI, it's I think it's called a tripod mug, and it's really nice. And once I'm done with this, I might heat up some water, make some hot chocolate or decaf. It's a little late in the day for me to have any caffeine, so. Now there's really no way you can get this pot stand to nestle inside the stove. So I have a separate little stuff sack, a little cloth thing, because some of the edges on there are pretty sharp, so you don't want to poke a hole in a drum bag or something like that. So I do stuff it in here just as a little bit of protection from everything else from the pot stand, so don't poke holes in something. You get a nice dry bag in there, you don't want this thing rubbing up against it for 5-7 miles and end it with a hole in it. That's good in there, baby. Yeah, we're almost ready. Start my fire smoldering here. Ooh, it's nice. Man, nothing like a nice warm fire, a hot bowl of soup or chili or something, and a little something to drink, an adult beverage of sorts. Now I have several pans with the heat exchanger. The rings that go in the bottom, you know, like this thing. And I have not tried them on here. I don't see why they probably wouldn't work. I know MSR sells a set that has the heat ring on it, and it's kind of pricey. So I haven't bought one. If I find one on clearance or maybe used online or something like that, then I might think about trying it out or something. But I'm sure they work good and they're nice. But I mean, this set here was, I think it was like $10 shipped or something. It was pretty inexpensive, and I don't mind spending money on practical stuff, but that might be a little bit much there. I just want to heat up a can of soup or something. So this is, see how this thing is? I mean, it's very nice and it's very sturdy. I ain't going nowhere. I can actually stir it and not even hold on to the thing, but not the best idea. Oh my. I like chili. I'm going to give this another 30 seconds and I'm going to enjoy my chili. So I hope you folks have a good day. So I hope you folks have a good day. And this is a really simple thing to make. It costs you just about 10 bucks. And it's a very lightweight item, small item you can easily carry with you to use your MSR Windburner set. So let me make sure you guys can see this thing here, because see, there it is there. I had this on my head, so I'm a little unsure about where it's pointing. But you can see it's working pretty nice. Canister's really cold, but it fits on there pretty good. It's not the most level thing. I'm sure if I pushed it down a little bit more, but the notches fit perfectly on the ring as you open it up. So let me put this back on top, give it another 30 seconds now that I made it cold, and I'm going to enjoy my chili. You folks had a good afternoon. Feel free to leave comments below. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.